Let's talk about what veterans commonly call the 55-year-old rule. You've probably heard that once you turn 55, the VA is supposed to stop giving you future examinations for your service connected conditions. But is that actually what it means? Before we talk about what happens when you reach 55, let's clear up something important. This isn't really about turning 55. It's about when the VA believes another examination is necessary to determine the current severity of a disability. Think about it this way. When the VA assigns a disability rating, it's making a determination based on the evidence available at that time. But disabilities can change. A condition can get better. It can get worse, or it can remain essentially the same. A periodic examination gives the VA an opportunity to determine whether the current rating still accurately reflects the severity of that disability. Here's where age enters the picture. For veterans over 55, VA generally will not schedule routine periodic reexaminations, except under certain circumstances. The rule isn't saying that a veteran becomes completely immune from examinations at age 55. If you're 60 and VA has no reason to believe your knee condition has materially changed, there's generally no reason to keep rescheduling routine examinations. This is one example of how this works. So, what can actually cause VA to take another look at a service-connected condition? First, VA may schedule a re-examination when it believes a disability is likely to improve with treatment or over time. I've had 2 veterans contact me because the VA sent notice to reduce their ratings. One was in his 40s and the other was in his 70s. Both had service-connected cancer conditions, but because improvement was expected due to treatment, their conditions were being reevaluated. Another cause for reexamination is when you file for an increase. When you tell the VA that an existing service-connected condition has gotten worse, you're asking the VA to determine its current severity, and that may mean another examination. That's not a punishment for filing, it's part of determining whether the evidence supports the higher evaluation you're asking for. Also, when you file a new claim, VA has the opportunity to review the evidence associated with your claim. If that review raises a legitimate question about another service-connected condition, that condition can come back under review as well. So don't confuse the 55-year-old rule with a guarantee that your ratings can never be looked at again. And don't confuse filing a claim with putting all of your ratings automatically at risk. The important thing is to understand what you're asking VA to decide, what evidence supports that request, and what the current medical evidence says about your disabilities. Now let's look at another facet of this regulation. What happens if you don't become service-connected for a condition until after you're already 55? Does that condition automatically become static? No. Being over 55 does not automatically make a newly service-connected disability static. Age 55 is a benchmark for periodic examinations. It's not a designation that your disability is static. That distinction matters whether you're 25, 45, 55, or even 65. Okay, now that we've talked about what this actually means, here is the regulation. We're talking about 38 CFR 3.327, reexaminations. I encourage you to go read it for yourself. That's where you'll find the 55-year provision. So when you hear someone say, the VA stops giving exams when you turn 55, you will know what they're leaving out. Remember, the goal here isn't to make you afraid of the VA system. The goal is to help you understand how the system works so you can make informed decisions about your own claims. Because when you understand the rules, you don't have to be afraid of them. This is the systematic theory of VA claims, and I'm Specialist Joe. I'm signing off. Bye-bye.